My topic today is entitled Because Jesus Christ is Alive. I will discuss on the evidences and witnesses of the resurrection of Jesus Christ, and because He lives, ano nga ba ang meaning nito? What is the importance of the resurrection of Jesus? I would like to present first the evidence that Jesus Christ is alive. Imagine we are in the court trials. There are only two main facts for the judge to base his decision and say, without reasonable doubt. One is the circumstantial evidence, and the other one is the testimonies of the witnesses. So, if Christ's resurrection is to be put on judicial scrutiny, we are to look at the evidences and testimonies. Be the judge today, and I will stand as a prosecuting lawyer and will present to you my basis for proving that Jesus Christ is alive. So, number one po, okay, ang evidence ng pagkabuhay ni Jesus Christ. Because Jesus is alive, the grave is empty. When the ladies came first, alam natin kung sino-sino yun. Si Mary Magdalene, si Mary, the mother of James, and mayroon sinabi din na ibang mga babae, si Salome, si Joanna. So I will just put them together, taken from the four Gospels. And yung mga babae na to, sila ang unang pumunta doon sa tomb. And when they were there, they saw the tomb opened and empty. So they reported what happened to the disciples. When Peter and John came in, they saw only the linen cloth that wrapped around the body of Jesus. The body of Jesus is gone. So, aside from the empty grave, the linen cloth also proved that Jesus is alive. Some said that the tomb that the early disciples visited was not the one where Jesus was. So, kumbaga, na-lost sila. So, no, they were very sure that it was the tomb where they laid the body of Jesus Christ because it was personally owned by Joseph of Arimathea. So, they knew exactly where that place was. Alam nila yun. So, hindi sila lost, hindi sila nawala, at hindi sila naligaw. So, we should remember that the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, they also went to Pilate and they said, Pilate, could you send guards? Okay, magpadala ka ng gwardiya doon sa tomb. Because we have heard before that this Jesus said after 3 days he would rise again. So the disciples, his disciples might steal his body. So anong ginawa ni Pilate? He sent the guards and said to the guards, you know what to do. Okay? Alam mo ang dapat ninyong gawin. O alam niyo ang dapat ninyong gawin. So what they did was they sealed the stone. Okay? And the sealing is not just putting rugby or anumang mga glue na nilagay doon. But they put a chain. Okay? Meron silang chains na nilagay doon sa sealed stone. So in other words, if ever someone would come, the soldiers would hear and alam nila na they have to break it hard, okay? And then itong mga palace guards na to ay hindi sila natutulog kahit sila ay mayroong duty on night. Why? Because if their commander will come and visit them and find them sleeping during the time where they are on duty, it would cost their life and the lives of their family. So they have to stay awake and know what is happening in their surroundings. So we can say that the cloth could not stop Jesus. The sealed stone could not stop Jesus. The grave could not stop Jesus. Even the guards could not stop Jesus from rising, and he is indeed alive. Praise God. So can I have, because Jesus is alive, the witnesses had one message to the world. They said, we have seen Him alive. Ano sino-sino ba ang mga nag-testify na si Jesus is alive? Number one is this, the angels. According to the gospel, there were two angels who came when the women were coming and they saw that the stone was rolled away. There were two angels, and one of the angels said, "He is risen from the dead. Why do you look for the living among the dead? He is not here. He has risen." Praise be to God. So, yan ang statement ng mga angels because they saw Jesus rising. Okay? Nakita nila na si Jesus ay umaangat at tumayo sa pagkabuhay. Praise be to God. Number two is this, the women. The women testified, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, Salome, Joanna, and according to gospel writers, some other women. So they could not name them one by one. If they, or even one of them would say that Jesus is not alive, the others would refute that woman. But they were all honest and they all witness and say, truly, Jesus is alive. And of course, according to St. Paul, Jesus appeared to his disciples. First to Peter, then to James and the other disciples. And of course, to the 500 witnesses who saw Jesus caught up in heaven. So, these people, these witnesses were in one accord. Not one of them said that it was a hoax. They all stand for Jesus, even giving their lives as a testimony that Jesus is alive. So, ladies and gentlemen, if we are in the court, I both presented the evidences. Number one, the empty tomb. Number two, the cloth linen. Number three, the stone that was rolled away. And the testimonies of the women, the disciples, and the 500 witnesses. All of them, even the angels, all of them say, Jesus Christ indeed is alive. And because Jesus is alive, we have a better future. Praise be to God.